WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly.
The longest-running pro wrestling radio talk show in the history of terrestrial radio.
And he's obviously Michael Cole.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
Talking wrestling.
Yeah.
Because that's what this show's about. That's what we've been doing for over 16 years.
No. It's about sports entertainment.
And now here are your hosts of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon and Lucas DeSangro.
Will you stop marking out over there?
Sorry.
Move over, kid. I'm taking your microphone.
You're shallow. You know that?
I'm running on 2 hours of sleep. I don't remember what the hell I do anymore. There's the sound of the bell, and we are set to go. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry here with you, kind of like Eric Carmen, all by myself. That's right, no Lucas this week. He's taking care of some personal business, but he should be back next week. Actually, it's going to be a huge week next week. I'll give you the programming note right off the bat, as next Saturday, April 16th, we will be at the Icons of Wrestling and Comic Book Collector Fest down at the 2300 Arena, where you'll get to meet a litany of different stars from past and present who will be there. I mean, close to 50 names, maybe even a little bit more. It'll be going on at the 2300 Arena down in South Philadelphia, the old ECW Arena, from 9 until 3 p.m. We'll be on the air live there from noon until 1. Just to throw a few different names out there, Bill Apter's going to be there. Of course, got to go with the journalists and whatnot. The main attraction, of course, the headliner, the showstopper, the icon, the main event himself, Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid's going to be there. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Rob Van Dam, Kurt Angle, Booker T, Tommy Dreamer, Billy Gunn, Road Warrior Animal, Stan Hansen, just got inducted in the Hall of Fame. He's going to be there. Howard Finkel, Bobby the Brain Heenan, Lex Luger, just to name a few. There's a whole bunch, to say the least. You can check it all out at thecollectorfest.com to get your tickets and information. And come on by our table. You'll see Lucas and myself there. And, of course, you can also check out Danny Cage from the Monster Factory and the MF Pro Academy, the MFPW. He's going to be there along with the MFPW heavyweight champion Abyss, TNA superstar as well. So definitely want to check that out next week. For now, though, this is about you. This is your reaction to Wrestlemania, which was this past Sunday. The fallout, we'll get a little bit into it. The less I say about my predictions starting to go wrong, the better, because they lived up to their name. We'll just put it that way. That's probably the best way to put it. It did not go well, to say the least.
We both suck today.
Yeah, neither Lucas nor myself did all that great, but he did better than I did. He went 4-7 on the 11 picks, whereas I went a measly 2-9. And yeah, what can you say? What can you do, right? Actually, I think Lucas can speak for me on this one by saying
I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I definitely felt like an idiot, that's for sure. But on the overall scheme of things, I'm still one ahead of him, 16-13 for 2016, as Lucas is 15-14. So just hovering above the 500 mark, thanks to our dismal WrestleMania performance. Oh man. Well, starting things off with WrestleMania, Kalisto defending the United States Championship against Ryback and successfully retaining. The 5-on-5, I guess you could call it the last of the Divas matches, and I'll get to that in just a moment. But Brie Bella, Natalia, Paige, Alicia Fox, and Ava Marie defeating Naomi, Tamina, Summer Rae, Emma, and Lana, making an in-ring debut. At least as far as WrestleMania goes, that's for sure. That one I did not have right, but Lucas did. Same with the other pre-show match, the Usos beating the Dudley Boys. So a hot start for Lucas, but it pretty much went downhill for both of us there. Zack Ryder, your new Intercontinental Champion after WrestleMania, winning the ladder match and surprising a lot of folks, I would imagine. For those of you who probably picked him beforehand, you might be members of his immediate family. That's about it. And the win was short-lived, as the next night on Raw, The Miz defeated Zack Ryder to become the Intercontinental Champion. So, short-lived title reign for Mr. Long Island Z himself. Chris Jericho beating AJ Styles. The League of Nations defeating the New Day. And how about that giant box of Bootios? Oh, man, what a way to make an entrance. Of all the things that you never thought you'd see, an entrance of someone or someone's, in this case, coming out from a giant cereal box. Only in professional wrestling, right? Even the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards couldn't pull that off. Brock Lesnar, he beat Dean Ambrose in the street fight. Charlotte successfully retained the new WWE Women's Championship. That's right, that was the announcement that occurred during the pre-show and came to fruition over the course of the night. The butterfly belt, the Divas title, has essentially been put on the shelf in lieu of a new WWE Women's Championship, which looks a lot like the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, except the leather is white as opposed to black, in a way to differentiate and make a distinction. So Charlotte, still your women's champion, which is good because I think the only Divas reference we'll be making at this point would either be the Total Divas show or perhaps when, I don't know, Lucas kind of goes a little overboard.
That is not fair.
Yeah, but I did it anyway because you're not here, so I can do these things. What can I say? The Undertaker beating Shane McMahon in a Hell in a Cell match that went just over a half hour, and Shane McMahon kind of making the notable moment of the night, leaping off the top of the cell, trying to elbow drop the Undertaker through the commentator's table and missing, essentially taking a pretty much understood leap of faith, as Shane McMahon is tend to do. Then the Memorial Battle Royal, won by Baron Corbin, an NXT call-up. And there were some other surprises thrown into the mix. Diamond Dallas Page was part of the Battle Royal, and I'm sure plugging his DDP yoga as well. Tatanka, the Native American Tatanka, was there, and probably the biggest notable name, Shaquille O'Neal. That's right, Shaq, the master of Shaq Fu, Kazam himself. That's right, he was a part of the festivities, and it looks like it's setting up for a possible WrestleMania 33 matchup between Shaquille O'Neal and The Big Show. Considering it's in Orlando, and the very beginning of Shaq's basketball career was played with the Orlando Magic, I could see it happening. It could be one of those celebrity spectacles, something else to get WrestleMania all over SportsCenter, even more so than they were this year with Jonathan Coachman live from WrestleMania for ESPN. A special bonus match, thanks to an appearance by The Rock. Granted, the match lasted all of 6 seconds because it was essentially the bell followed by a rock bottom followed by a 3 count, and he took care of Eric Rowan after a lengthy back and forth. And then once the Wyatts played the numbers game and got the advantage on The Rock, well, there's only one person who, well, I don't know if it was necessarily expected, but one unlikely person who would make the save for the Great One.
And his name is John Cena!
That's right, John Cena making his return, one of a few notable names who, while they didn't necessarily compete, made their presence felt at WrestleMania. Of course, earlier in the night, following the League of Nations and New Day match, the League of Nations were gloating, saying that there were no superstars historically who could necessarily beat the 3 members of the League of Nations, Wade Barrett doing the talking for them and referencing Alberto Del Rio, Rusev, and Sheamus. And next thing you know, out comes Shawn Michaels, followed by Mick Foley, followed by Steve Austin, and the crowd went absolutely ape-bleep wild, as was expected. And speaking of as was expected, in the main event, Roman Reigns pinning Triple H to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. The Roman Empire has begun in the WWE. So, yeah, as I said, 2-9. The only ones I got right were the first match and the last match. Everything in between, not so great. Kind of like Tito Santana's win-loss record at WrestleMania. He won his first one and won his last one and lost all the other ones in between. Ariba, indeed. We'll get to some news and notes coming up. We've also got Ed from Northeast Philly. We'll get him on the line. We'll get to some of your Facebook feedback as well. Some of the news that we'll get into. Unfortunately, the passing of Blackjack Mulligan. We'll talk a little bit about his career. The WWE conference call bringing some good news. And a former WWE wrestler suing for network royalties. We'll tell you who that is and what kind of chance he has, although I'd think at this point it would be, as Vince McMahon would say, no chance in hell. And WWE dispelling sale discussion rumors. Holy smokes. Things change second by second around here, and this would definitely be one of those things. Making his way into the studio. Mike Samsel. Holy smokes. Oh, yeah, no, it would help if I turned on your microphone. Yeah, yep. I'm a complete dip S. This is what happens when I'm doing things solo. I feel off. Everything it doesn't feel right. As much as we rag on the kid, he tends to be the yin to my yang, or the yang to my yin, or something like that. Speaking of yin yang, I could go for an oatmeal stout right about. Oh no, that's later in the.
That's later on. Yeah.
We'll get to that spot a little bit later. How the heck are you?
I'm doing well. Doing as good as you could do on the day where you're getting your taxes done.
Oof. Now,
stupid IRS and stupid Erwin R. Shyster, Mike Rotunda.
Well, I was gonna say, given the events, what the heck? We'll get into it now, and we'll take a break a little bit later because things change second by second around here.
I would imagine that a monkey wrench into everything.
Yes, you do. I'm dropping the hell out of that, by the way. That's why I was about to say something. I was like, nope, shut up. Just let the drop happen. Don't intervene. Yes, WWE Hall of Famer Robert Windham, who wrestled as Blackjack Mulligan, died on Thursday at the age of 73. Windham was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2006, along with his tag partner, Blackjack Lanza. He is the father of wrestlers Barry and Kendall Windham. Mm-hmm. Barry Windham, also a Hall of Famer, is the father-in-law of Mike Rotunda, the aforementioned IRS. It all ties in here.
Yeah, I see what you did there, host.
Huh?
I see what you did there, host.
Host?
Yeah. Tying radio things together.
Yeah. I know. It kind of makes sense or something. And he is also the maternal grandfather of current WWE superstars Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas.
Right.
But, yeah, he, in fact, because of that, the aforementioned Rotunda and Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas left Raw a couple of months ago because of some heart issues that Blackjack Mulligan had endured at the time. The actual cause of death, not yet determined, but he had a litany of health issues over the course of the last few months, and our condolences to the entire Windham and Rotunda family. And hopefully Mike Rotunda gave you a little bit of break as you were getting your taxes taken care of.
Yeah, well, my first break came when they said come back at 3 o'clock because we're too busy right now.
Oh. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is kind of down to the wire.
It certainly is. Well, this is early for me.
Less than a week beforehand is early for you.
Anything pre-deadline day is early for me. This might be the first time in my life that I've filed before April 15th, and I'm not kidding.
And I'm not surprised by that. I'm not even remotely surprised by that. All righty, we'll see if we can figure things out here. Samsel joining us here, and who knows what insanity, hilarity, and hijinks. Well, yeah, we'll get your take being the Fugazi wrestling fan. Your words, not mine.
No, very true.
I'm sure if I don't have the drop somewhere, I know that it's somewhere in the archives here, and I doubt I'll be able to pull it up in time because I don't have it here on the particular drive.
I've said it, trust me.
Yes, you have. I'm breaking the fourth wall a little bit. Hey, Cole Cabana, how you doing? One of these days, I'm going to have to, since I borrowed that line so much, I'll have to see if I can actually get him on here. That would be kind of funny.
Yeah.
Crazier things have happened. I mean, who knows?
I mean, he's working for UFC. Dana White will talk to anyone, and forces performers to talk to anyone.
Even Lesnar? Well, back when he had it, yeah.
Yeah, when he had him.
There are exceptions to every rule. But one rule that there isn't an exception to, you having a good time over at George's Cards and Collectibles. Again, tying things together. Host like I do. They bring you the Legends in Sports and Entertainment, including a couple of signing events coming up later this month. Hockey fans, I know we got a few of those in here, as you're wearing your Flyers cap at the moment.
Sure. I look like radio right now.
As opposed to any other time?
Yeah, a completely unshaven, hat, jacket, sweatpants. Like, I look like radio right now.
Apparently so do I. Except for the hat, because I've got headphones on.
Right.
But we'll get you squared away with those during the timeout here. But for the hockey fans out there, Philadelphia Flyers Stanley Cup champion Dave the Hammer Schultz will appear next Saturday, April 16th from 1 to 2 at the Neshaminy Mall Sports Cards and Collectibles Show. Plus, 2 weeks after that, Saturday, April 30th from noon to 2 at their Neshaminy Mall store, WWE Hall of Famer Coco Beware.
Sure.
The Birdman. George's Cards and Collectibles has been the leading collectibles store in the tri-state area for over 20 years. They have 3 locations. Their original store at 7755 New Falls Road in Levittown, just down the road from our WBCB studios. In the Willow Grove Park Mall and in the Neshaminy Mall in the movie theater wing. Make sure to get the latest info on George's Cards and Collectibles at their website, georgescollectibles.com, as well as through George's Cards and Collectibles on Facebook. All right, things are blowing up all over the place here. It's all because you showed up.
I ruin everything.
You ruin everything. Usually it's me who does that. Or maybe Twitch, I don't know. He tends to be problematic when it comes to these things.
Just
and
he has no problem, sir.
And he has no problem admitting it either.
You bet I'm a piece of garbage.
Yep. Even when he's not here, he's here.
That'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do. It's so many droppables and whatnot. All right, we'll come back. We'll get to Ed from Northeast Philly, who's been hanging on the line, and we'll chat more with Mike Samsel here, filling in an odd sense for Lucas Twitch DeSangro. Considering you tower over damn near everybody, but...
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm filling in. I would say I'm more crashing the shit.
Oh, you're just crashing? Okay.
Just showing up,
You're
partially uninvited, ruining everything.
Crashing the show. Okay, alongside show crasher Mike Samsel, I'm Fearon Derry. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
He's got the Luigi death stare from Fearon, so he might have to...
I didn't give you the Luigi death stare. That's not true.
Breaking kayfabe.
Breaking kayfabe. I'm going to break something else during this commercial.
There we go. That's what I like to see.
And now, more Pro Wrestling Weekly with your hosts, Fearon Derry and Lucas DeSangro.
Are we getting into that controversy again?
I know how it feels, and it's not fun.
It was so unfun, in fact, that he didn't even bother showing up today.
Yeah, really.
But instead, we've got the party crasher known as Mike Samsel.
I apologize in advance for what I'm about to do to the next 35 minutes of your show.
Well, at least you're apologizing.
Yeah.
As a Canadian, I appreciate that, eh? We're known for our apologies. I'm Fearon Derry. He's Mike Samsel. And he is Ed from Northeast Philly. And we're going to get to him on the line here on WBCB Pro.
Showstopper!
Ed, what's going on?
Not too much. It's pouring out there now.
Yeah, we...
Lousy.
Rainy days and Saturdays always get... No, that's not how it goes. Little carpenter's humor there.
Hopefully it won't rain next week.
Well, if it is, I mean, we'll be inside at the at the Icons of Wrestling and Comic Book Collector Fest.
Hope
So
to see you down there.
Yeah, well, like I said, we'll be broadcasting live from there from noon to 1.
We got Mega Force Pro Wrestling in 2 weeks. Saturday, April 23rd at Lebanon Expo Center.
Lebanon Expo Center, okay.
DJ Hyde, Chris Hawkins, Missy Sampson is on the card.
Ready?
Bell time.
Sounds like, and that's in 2 weeks from now. That'd be on the 23rd.
Yes.
Okie dokie.
And you mentioned about the Tommy Dreamer's thing. That's going like hotcakes.
Yeah, the HOH that same night at the 2300 arena.
In the afternoon too.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long, crazy day next week. That's for sure.
And CCW tonight in Voorhees at the skate zone. 7:30 bell time.
I'm sure people will be paddling and canoeing their way over, considering how much it's raining out there.
And June 10th, Hardcore Hustle in Woodbury Heights. Kevin Sullivan, Matt Tremont, Shane Douglas, and Eddie Kingston on the card.
Oh, nice. Tremont's going to be over there. Man, I haven't talked to him in a hot minute. I gotta fix that. I also have to fix my use of the word hot minute because I probably shouldn't be.
Yeah, seriously. Over under 65 years old, someone who says hot minute.
I'm still part of the under.
Or describing something else.
And Sky
You,
High is
Richard.
going to be part of Super 8 in ECWA in Woodbury Heights.
Okay, that's yeah, ECWA in Woodbury Heights.
Sky High is on the card on that show. April 23rd.
That's okay. That's on the same day 2 weeks from now.
That's about it.
All right. Always appreciate the look at the local scene, courtesy of Ed from Northeast Philly. And Samsel, you are effing killing me.
That's what I'm here to do.
That's what you're doing. Yeah,
it takes a lot of work to ruin a show.
Yes, it is. I don't even know if I can describe to the listening audience what was going on here in the studio.
No, you can't.
No, I can't.
No.
Okay.
But it was rude.
But not Bobby Roode or Ravishing Rick Rude.
No.
No.
Not the good kind of rude.
No, not the good kind of rude. There was nothing ravishing about it.
No. I was a little more Bobby Roode, I think.
Sorry, yeah, and you're saying sorry about my damn luck. Oh. I'm so thrown
I'm just
off
here
right
to
now.
ruin things.
You are. You're absolutely here to ruin things. Ted is just cracking up in the back. He is just doubled over in laughter at our insanity.
Yep. It's what I do
shaking
best.
his head, it is. That and do play-by-play.
Yeah. I ruin shows.
And
better.
news.
Yeah.
Oh, true. You've been ruining Lower Bucks tonight for a
I was going to say, I don't know that I'm per se good at news. I do it. I don't know if I'm good at it.
Better than me. No.
Yeah. It's kind of a low bar to climb over.
And I don't exactly have the arms to. Again, more Ted reaction. Is that what?
Yep.
That thing. I'm turned to you in one direction, and Ted is in the opposite direction, so I can't look at both of you at the same time unless I back the microphone up, and it's a weird thing. I should probably put it on Periscope or something, just to show the
Ted's
awkwardness.
reactions. Sure.
Well, that in itself would be fun.
Yeah, I feel like we need an ISO cam on Ted. Because that's by far the most entertaining part about today. And me completely flustering you.
It's so easy to do. It's just I'm used to Lucas flustering me. I'm not used to you flustering. It's a completely different kind of frustration.
Yeah, it really is. I'm a lot funnier.
I can't disagree with that. Yeah, definitely can't agree with or disagree with that or something. I don't know.
You're shallow. You know that?
We even got your cameo laugh in
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
From the last time the three of us were in here.
I didn't realize that became a laugh track on the show also.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
I do what I can.
I mean, it's. I didn't want to separate and just have that laughter thing.
Fair.
I know, I'm just breaking down like the entire behind the scenes of the nonsense that goes on here. Hey, how about some other news? There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
See if we can get this thing back on the rails.
Maybe, just so you can derail it again.
I was going to say, I'll do my best to prevent that.
Well, WWE held a conference call this past Monday, the day after WrestleMania, primarily to hype the subscriber count for the WWE Network. Have you heard about this, and do you have a guess as to whereabouts they be in the subscribership?
Well, It depends. Are they counting subscribers that just got WrestleMania for free and aren't actually ever going to pay for anything?
Well, they do have separate listings of paid subscribers and total subscribers.
Okay. Total subscribers, I bet we're about 1.8 million. Paid subscribers, I think we can't be much more than 1 million.
Actually, your total number is pretty close to spot on. You'd be the double showcase winner if it were Price is Right. The total number of subscribers 1.824 million. So
all right,
204. Yeah,
I win at Price is Right.
Or 24,000 off. Yeah, there you go. That's a double showcase winner. Get Drew Carey here for that. But yeah, that combines the paid subscribers and those utilizing the free trial of the network. Through WrestleMania 32, the WWE Network has 1.454 million paid subscribers.
Impressive.
So almost 1.5 mil. It's around 127,000 subscribers or more subscribers than last year following WrestleMania 31.
Is this like the 104,000 that were at WrestleMania?
You mean the 101,000 that in actuality was more like 93.9?
Yeah.
I don't believe so because this is information that's pertinent to shareholders, and I don't think that they want to like pull an Enron. So
right.
I'm going to say that this is legit.
Okay.
The attendance, there may be some question marks, but even if it was in fact 93.9, it's more than the illegitimate number that has been floating around for almost 30 years now,
right?
Courtesy of the Pontiac Silverdome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not the Superdome.
No, not the Superdome. And you saw I had to take that brief hesitance to go, all right, don't F this up like Hogan did. He's had a lot of things that he's messed up.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not the worst thing he did last year.
Well, I mean, he did that longer than last year ago. But
yeah, it's a valid point.
Yeah, that was, 2007, I think, was was around the time of the divorce.
Yeah,
something
I would
like
say
that.
so. Yeah, something like
that's
that.
That's where Bubba was like. That's where Bubba pulled his best. Bubba the Love Sponge pulled his best Henny Youngman impression.
Yeah,
Take my wife, please.
It just took 7.5 years for someone to stick around for the pillow talk.
Oof. Well, nobody likes to. You know what? I'm just gonna stop there.
Yeah,
probably safer that way.
Yeah, I pushed it to the line.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that'll do.
It's like you're playing my role, and I don't know what role I'm playing. I'm just again trying to glue this all together somehow. This is interesting. Did you hear? I don't know if you heard a couple of weeks ago, or if I talked about it. The charity auction that WWE did.
No.
Well, they raised over $140,000 for the Boys and Girls Club of America, and WWE was auctioning off some once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. Some folks got a bargain compared to their estimated value, and others were in a bidding war that drove it rather high. The most expensive item, or at least what was the highest bidded item, I guess a little bit of both, the opportunity to meet Vince McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, and Triple H, plus enjoying a backstage tour at SummerSlam on August 21st in Brooklyn, as well as 2 tickets to the show itself.
That actually doesn't sound fun.
Well, somebody thought it was fun enough that they bid $11,500 to make that happen.
Wow. Good for them.
Which is better than higher than the estimated value of $10,000 for that.
Yeah.
Other things included meeting Stephanie McMahon and enjoying a backstage tour of Monday Night Raw. A Big Four VIP package, 2 tickets to SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, and WrestleMania 33, plus lunch with a superstar or diva prior to 2 of the pay-per-view events excluding WrestleMania.
That's pretty neat.
And a World Heavyweight Championship title, like a replica title belt.
Oh, okay.
All that valued at $7,500. Somebody bid $9,601.
Doesn't sound that neat.
Yeah, exactly. It's too rich for my blood, that's for sure. I mean, there were a litany of different things. An Ultimate WrestleMania 33 package for next year down in Orlando. Basically, it's like a party for 10 at all the awesome stuff for WrestleMania weekend. The Hall of Fame ceremony, a suite for 10 people, 10 tickets to the Access sessions. All that valued at $15,000, and that went for a sale of the century price of only $7,000.
Dope.
Yeah, there are a few of those in here. Let's see. Meeting Cena backstage at Raw, escorting a diva to the ring during a live event, That one went well over the estimated value of $3,500 because creepers be creeping.
Yeah, oh yeah.
One that I thought was, I think the only person was me and whoever bid on this that thought it was interesting, meeting WWE composer Jim Johnston at his Stamford, Connecticut studio.
That would be pretty neat, yeah.
It went for $4,100.
Okay.
For me, it's not $4,100 neat, but it's still neat.
Sure.
This one was actually extended quite a bit due to last-minute bidding. They extended the deadline ever so slightly. Being the guest ring announcer for a match at a live event.
Okay.
Finally went for $4,760.
Wow.
And that had to do with a lot of extensions and whatnot.
Justin Roberts, winning bidder?
I don't know. They don't have names next to these. They just have the amounts. Another one that had a lot of extensions due to last-minute bidding, and probably those extensions were because who it was involving. Appearing alongside Renee Young and trying your hand at being a WWE backstage interviewer. That went for just over $4,000.
Yeah, not surprising.
And then
I figured Dean Ambrose probably drove the price of that up just to make sure there were no creepers with her.
Possibly. Oh, yeah. There are some photo shoots, lunch with different superstars, tour of the WWE Vault and Secret Warehouse, along with lunch with Howard Finkel and WWE archivist Ben Brown, plus 2 tickets to a live WWE event. That went for $3,350.
Is it bad? I would be so much more interested in that than I would be meeting McMahon's and Triple H.
Possibly. Now, the low item on the... Well, actually, there are a few low items on the totem pole. Some more sale of the century bargains. A cameo role on the WWE Network's Edge and Christian show that totally reeks of awesomeness at WWE headquarters sometime this month.
Ugh.
Not a fan?
You'd have to pay me.
Not a fan of the show?
No.
That we differ greatly on that. I really enjoy that show.
Do you really? Oh, man, their humor didn't age well.
Well, apparently neither did I, and that, I think, explains part of the problem. Anyway, the estimated value of that was $5,000. The winning bid was $1,850.
I'm surprised it was that high.
Well, four different valued at $5,000s that went well underneath of that. Another was meeting The Miz backstage at Monday Night Raw.
Nope.
That went for $1,850. A CrossFit workout with Seth Rollins, a WWE fitness package, and 2 tickets to a live event. That went for $1,850.
Okay.
And meeting Sting at the Hall of Fame ceremony. This was prior to...
Right.
Yeah, this was prior to his Hall of Fame. That was valued at $5,000 and went for $1,800. And then going all the way to the bottom here, the one that won with the lowest bid, the El Cheapo, as it were, valued at $4,000, but only going for $900. Meeting Samoa Joe backstage at an NXT taping in Orlando. Yeah. A few of those were kind of down there. Apollo Crews meeting was $950. Baron Corbin meeting was $1,000, and a signed New Day trombone and Francesca T-shirt.
Take all of my money.
Well, you could have gotten in. The winning bid was $1,025.
That's more than all
of your money. Oh, very nicely done. Very, very nicely done. Oh, all right. I guess it's about that time. For those who, I was going to say you don't usually tune in because you're doing other more important Samsel-y thingies, but this is usually about that time to tell you about my friends over at the Broken Goblet Brewery. 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol, PA. A great day to quench your thirst and flatter your taste buds, to say the least. The boys of B-Gob, they're now partnering with Bristol's own...
What?
The boys of B-Gob.
No. Before that. It's a great way to what?
Quench your thirst and flatter your taste buds.
Go on. It's tremendous writing. I can't say what it sounds like on the radio, but it's tremendous writing.
I thought it sounded good. I don't know.
It's
Did we go to
tremendous.
Ted on this one?
I don't know where Ted already bailed.
Ted already bailed. He's with Lucas. Screw this. I'm going home.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
I can't deal with this anymore. Oh, gosh.
Anyway, sorry, Broken
You're
Goblet.
getting me in trouble, and I didn't even do anything.
Yeah, seriously. I didn't mean to ruin your read. Go on.
Nah, it's all right.
Former sponsors.
No. Please, they will not be former sponsors by any means. The boys at B-Gob are now partnering with Bristol's own Best Darn Kettle Corn to bring their savory snacks to the tap room.
Sure.
You can now get oversized popcorn bags of flavors such as bacon cheddar ranch, garlic parm, buffalo blue cheese, as well as regular kettle corn, and they'll go great with your cold beverages. Also coming up on April 17th, a week from tomorrow, a special event called Brewga and Food, a 1-hour yoga session concluding with food paired with Broken Goblet beers, including a flight of beers in the purchase. It's always a good time at the Broken Goblet Brewery, 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol, PA. That's Broken Goblet Brewing, the semi-official brewery of Pro Wrestling Weekly. No sold the tag. You're the one person who no sells that tagline.
I already ruined that live read.
You couldn't ruin it twice.
Yeah, I couldn't ruin it twice. Actually, I did ruin it twice
you did ruin
by
it
not
twice.
doing anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Told you, it's a lot of work to ruin a show.
The hardest working man in show business for all the wrong reasons. That is Mike Samsel. And I'm Fearon Derry, and I think I've got something left of a show, but whatever little bit I have left, Mike Samsel's going to ruin here in the next 16 minutes and change.
It is my humble promise to your listening audience.
Fantastic. Well, even I don't get that from Lucas. I was going to say, you might be staying at home. You might be getting the Vince treatment. You're fired. I don't know. Maybe not that far. That'd be mean. Well, actually, he's 18 now, so it's not exactly child abuse. So
fair.
Hit the bricks. Twitchy.
Everybody needs to get fired once. Teach you a good lesson in life.
Yeah,
I've
true.
been fired.
As have I.
Yeah, more than once.
The less, more than once. Yeah, that's a shock.
What are you trying to say?
I don't think I have to say anything. For some things in life, there are no words, as the great Willy Wonka once said. Oh, goodness. All right, as we continue into a state of pure imagination, this is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
Pro Wrestling Weekly presents Today in Wrestling History, April 9. On this date in 1997, WWF Monday Night Raw was taped in Johannesburg, South Africa. In the main event, Ahmed Johnson pinned Crush. On this date in 2001, WWF Monday Night Raw aired live from Boston, Massachusetts. In the main event, Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, and Lita defeated Steve Austin, Triple H, and Stephanie McMahon in a 6-person tag team match. On this date in 2003, the NWA TNA hosted its weekly pay-per-view number 39. In the main event, Jerry Lynn and Amazing Red defeated Christopher Daniels and Elix Skipper, Chris Sabin and Johnny Storm, and Jason Cross and Shark Boy in a 4-way elimination tag team match. On this date in 2012, WWE Monday Night Raw aired live from Washington, D.C. In the main event, John Cena defeated David Otunga by disqualification. This has been Today in Wrestling History, April 9.
And so nothing happened.
Well, maybe in 2012. I think that's where you were going with that.
Yeah. I don't know. Any Shark
that's-
Boy main event, I'm out.
Well, I mean, that 6-person tag of the Hardys and Lita against Austin, Triple H, and Stephanie. I mean,
Yeah, that was interesting.
That was the first post-buyout Raw
Right.
after the final Nitro the week prior. And, yeah, I guess Ahmed Johnson and Crush from South Africa doesn't really do a whole lot.
Yeah,
No. Sorry, Crush Bra. Actually, I was going to say, this was long past the bra days of the head vice.
No, it was
finisher.
just when Ahmed Johnson needed one.
What, a head vice?
No, a bra.
Oh. Wow. The thoughts and opinions are expressed are solely those of...
I'm sure you play that sometime during the show. You're fine.
Yeah, fair. Well, you need your own special disclaimer.
I need my own special disclaimer, right.
Yes, you most certainly do. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly, or at least it was until Mike Samsel showed up.
Weekend Samsel and weekday Samsel are very different.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. I'm changing opinions of a lot of listeners out there.
Yeah, you're breaking kayfabe. You're letting people in on the real you. This is the shoot Mike Samsel.
Yeah.
And it makes people want to shoot Mike Samsel. No.
Yeah, perfectly fair. I wouldn't even be mad. I get it.
It's radio wordplay. It's a lot of fun. Oh, goodness. All right, couple other tidbits of news and whatnot. Former WWE wrestler Rene Guyen, who wrestled as Rene Dupree. Yeah, of course, with a French name like that.
Right.
He filed a lawsuit against WWE over not being paid royalties for footage that airs on the WWE network.
Yeah, let me know how that turns out for you.
Pretty much. Variety.com reports that attorneys Clinton Krislov and Brendan Layden are representing I'm having such a trouble.
Dupree.
Yeah, Dupree. We'll go with that. Dupree and others, while claiming breach of contract, breach of fiduciary duty, unjust enrichment, and a violation of the Connecticut Unfair Trade Practices Act. Yeah, again, let me know how that goes.
Let me know how that turns out for you, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that Jerry McDevitt's right on top of that.
Yeah.
I think he learned his lesson the first time with the whole Jesse Ventura thing back in the day.
If that happens, then the WWE network will be shut down within a week.
Because next thing you know, every former wrestler is going to be like, hey, where's...
Exactly.
It's going to be like that episode of The Chappelle Show where the reparations were paid out.
Can I laugh at that?
Yes, okay. You can laugh at that. Even Ted's going, I don't know, is that...
Yeah, I'm not confidently laughing.
You're like,
at
it's funny, but am I allowed to laugh?
Yeah.
That's all right. Only half of me is allowed to laugh, so...
Got it. Fair.
Something like that. Or one half of me allowed, the other half... You get the idea.
Right, the Canadian half.
Exactly. Oh, there's a drop for that somewhere, and of course I don't have it up quickly enough.
Well, then the joke's gone.
It is.
Let's move on. Keep it rolling.
Yeah.
Keep it rolling.
I'm going to try to.
Go ahead.
As best I can.
Yeah, that was just awkward space. Just keep it moving.
Man, after today, I'm not going to have a damn show. I'm just going to forfeit it to Samsel or even have Twitch take over because at that point, anything's going to be better than this. WWE delivering a statement to the New York Post, which ran a strong rumor, and I use that in air quotes because people can't see me doing the Dr.
Right.
Evil quote thing. The Dutch entertainment mogul John de Mol has a standing offer to purchase majority ownership of WWE. Should Vince McMahon choose to sell?
I don't think he will choose to sell.
Well, the statement basically said that very thing. Quote, WWE, controlled by founder and chief executive officer Vince McMahon through Class B shares, isn't in any discussions about a potential sale.
There are a couple low-rent wrestling promotions that I might be able to interest you in.
I don't think he wants those, though.
No.
They kind of go big. I mean, Demal, well, he's best known for founding Endemol Productions. Might have heard of him.
Make it big. Go buy TNA and then buy all WWE's people. Come on, Demal.
So
Have some
basically,
business sense about you.
the Ted Turner approach.
Yes.
How'd that work for him?
Damn it.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll just sit here in my failure.
There you go.
Thank you.
Well, why not? You've given me failure for the last
It's a valid
40
point.
minutes or
It's
so.
a valid point.
Anyway, Demal, best known for founding Endemol Productions, known for popular shows here in the U.S., including Big Brother, Extreme Makeover Home Edition, and the game show Deal or No Deal, among many others.
So a lot of controversial, edgy entertainment coming from Demal.
What's wrong with Deal or No Deal?
Nothing.
Well, what's controversial about it?
Nothing. See, that was sarcasm because they're still vanilla and white bread.
Why's it got to be white bread?
Because it's plain.
You win this round, Samsel.
Yeah. Try and catch me in something.
Well, I've got to try to get some sort of get my heat back somehow.
Yeah, I'm too good.
No, you're too good. And by that he means too much of a Richard. Hate you for it. I was gonna say, is it time for birthday?
I was like, there's still 7 minutes left of this.
Yeah, pretty much. Followed by a certain Mad Dog quote that I can't use.
Yeah.
For a number of different reasons.
Right.
Oh, goodness. Let me go to the Facebook feedback. Is any...
Just hatred.
yeah, exactly.
Mostly for me.
Just No, I think they've all tuned out. They're like, we can't even, we don't want to just mash our keyboards, so we're not even going to here. Well, a lot of people, here's something to get your take on. The Raw after WrestleMania, which has become kind of its own event in a sense.
Right.
Probably in some cases to a larger TV audience, in some ways it feels bigger than Mania because instead of 60, 70,000 of the world's most passionate wrestling fans, you kind of have about 20,000 of the world's most passionate fans, most of them international.
Right. And most of them angry.
And most of them angry from what happened the night before
Yes.
at WrestleMania. And that usually makes for a volatile combination.
Yes.
We'll go with that, as opposed to another word I was thinking of that I won't say for a lot of reasons.
I will say, for as long as WrestleMania was, and it was long, I enjoyed it.
Oh, as did I.
I thought it was a good show. I mean, the finish was what it was, but, you know, if you have 5 entertaining hours and 1 bad 20 minutes, you know, it is what it is. It's unfortunate that it was the main event, but overall, I quite enjoyed the show. And I thought Raw was really good, too. I was so waiting for John Cena to be the 4th person.
And just have the vehement
vitriol.
booing.
And, it would have been wonderful.
The vim, the vigor, the vitriol, the vinegar, and the thing that goes with the vinegar.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go. Ted got that one.
It would have been bad.
Again, just dancing up to the line.
Yep. Making the program director uncomfortable.
I was going to say, I don't think Sean Lerman's uncomfortable at this point.
No. The program director in Ted.
Oh, the program director in Ted. Okay.
I really worry when I'm on the board. And
all right. Fair enough.
Yeah, the program director and him is shut off when our show's on.
Yeah, he just goes, it's not my funeral.
No, exactly.
Sucks for you guys, not me.
Baxter line, it's about Lou Grant, the old saying, I can take bad news about you, Lou, but not about me. So, I can
there we go.
About you guys,
we'll throw a third microphone into the mix there, so that way we can get Ted in on the debauchery and the insanity. And who knows whatever else. So your thought on the no longer the divas? It's now the women's. Think it's long overdue?
Long overdue. I think it's awesome, especially with this particular generation. It's almost, it's a long way from a couple of years ago when they were going to modeling agencies to recruit wrestlers instead of, bringing in actual female wrestlers. The days of divas and, the days of Sables and Debras and such are long gone. It's a shame because there were some great wrestlers in that era. I would have loved to have seen a Jacqueline or a Molly Holly or an Ivory be able to compete in this era when women's wrestling is more than, the pee break and the bleep tease that it was in the mid-90s.
Very well done.
Thank you.
That was. Where did the idea,
now it's just
when
the
did
bleep
the idea
tease.
for that start? I mean, was there what led to that?
Well, I mean, women's wrestling has been on and off around for a while. I mean, it was pretty big in the mid-'80s. Then it kind of died down in the late 80s, early 90s. Then they tried to bring it back in the mid-'90s, and then it kind of dissipated for a couple of years. And then it kind of changed over from, I guess, legitimacy to intimacy, basically.
Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And next thing you know, instead of actual women's wrestling, you've got things like bra and panties matches.
Right. And then Trish and Lita kind of brought it back, but
they were really the only two
by the era. Yeah. I would say NXT probably, I don't want to say NXT started the quote-unquote Divas Revolution because, all the divas that were there, or all the superstars that were there, were wrestling in other places, but it wasn't the grassroots of it, but it
was a heavy contributor,
mainstream.
yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
When you have female wrestlers like, Sasha Banks or Paige and Emma or whomever it was going 25 minutes and putting on the best match of the night. Like, I thought Triple H said it perfectly. I think it was the Bayley and Sasha Banks match when he said, I didn't make you the main event. You are the main event.
Yeah.
And
they put in the work to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, and not to discredit her, but I think AJ Lee had a nice part in that as well.
I agree.
I know she's kind of out of sight, out of mind now that she and CM Punk are out of the wrestling business entirely.
Right.
So got to give credit where credit's due there.
Absolutely. I agree.
So she had to carry a lot of those model-esque divas
Right.
to another level, and give credit to her for doing so. So we got about a minute left here, and that means it's time for
Birthdays, you jerk.
Oh, you crack up at that one though.
That was wonderful.
That is so Lucas. And based on the divas, there are actually, since there are no wrestler birthdays today, I kind of had to stretch things out a little bit, pun slightly intended. 2 birthdays that go.
That's the one that's getting you fired. Backing away from the microphone now. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Well, on this date in 1926, Hugh Marston Hefner was born. The founder of Playboy magazine and host of 7 WWE women's wrestlers to pose in the buff turns 90 today. Samsel just shaking his head. He wants nothing to do with this. And on this date in 1974, Jenna Marie Masoli was born, the adult film star who appeared at ECW Hardcore Heaven 97, Living Dangerously 98, and on WWF TV in 1998, turns 42 today. Of course, she is best known as Jenna Jameson. And I'm afraid to ask what is going on here.
Cameras. We don't want to be picked up by the
Cameras.
cameras.
Oh, okay.
Of course, as I leave, you'll see me weeble wobbling, and they'll know who I am. So,
All right. So as they're covering themselves, and apparently this will be my last broadcast based on their reaction here. Play us out, Nutsy.
1 o'clock in all's well.
Serving you better than ever before. This is 1490 WBCB 11.